guys sound like you're really important people.
Sound like what? Important people? Y'all important. Y'all the
Like you guys,
VIPs.
can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, hear you loud
Yeah.
and clear, guys.
The infamous Skywalk,
Mhm.
the incredible super suit Avenger
Right,
to Work
right.
Weaver. Nadia, speak. Introduce yourselves. Introduce yourself one time.
Hi, I'm Nadia. I am 26 years old. I am a home health worker by day, and I nightlight as a poetic superhero who likes to write stories and use her intuition to save the world.
I love
Your
it.
turn, Sky.
Poetic superhero. That's fire.
I like
That's
that a lot.
we got a few superheroes in the building. Skywalk is if that's your real name. If that's your real
Well,
name.
well, if my name is showing, then I'm ready to just expose myself. So is my name showing or not?
In this moment, it's not, but it was showing right when I hit the
Okay.
camera on. It was, but
Not
I don't
that
know
I
if people
care
gonna
if,
notice.
listen, I don't care because my name is very popular in the Latino community, so it'd be hard to find out who exactly I am. But the good news is you saw the name and I'm a regular dude. I'm not the fat guy that's 49 years old behind the camera. I'm really your average, normal tax paying civilian. You know,
Allegedly.
I no, no, I can show you my paperwork, but this call is being recorded for quality assurance and training purposes.
Facts.
So I don't need nobody to really make an example out of my taxes, but I pay them. And I'm a regular civilian, so that's who I am. Skywalk, let's get it.
Let's
Bow.
go. Let's go. Let's go. What's your superpower though? I know paying
My
taxes ain't
super,
your superpower.
no, hell no. If anything, that's my villain. But what I my superpower is really connecting with people and seeing what they about. That's my superpower. You know what I'm
I see
saying?
that.
Working with them as a resource, or if I could be a resource or even a support system.
Yeah. I see that because I met y'all, well, Clubhouse primarily, but I met you on Stereo.
Right.
And that's a very, I'm gonna say specific community. Nadia, are you
It
on
is.
Stereo?
I am, but just recently. It's been
Oh,
a
okay.
recent
Yeah.
transition.
It's different, right? It's very different. So I like it. That's like my roots where I came from, right? But
Me
now
too. Me
I've
too.
graduated to Clubhouse. And the water is nice over here at Clubhouse, right?
Nice.
What do y'all think about that? Just how we interact on Clubhouse? Because is it real? Is it the real world? It's different, right?
It's crazy that you asked that because just today I was talking about the difference between Clubhouse and Stereo with my other friend.
Yeah.
And we were kind of saying that Clubhouse has a more air of professionalism, and I'll put that in quotation marks. While as Stereo is just more of everyday people. Like you don't have a lot of people that have their social media hooked up to Stereo. Clubhouse is all about having your social media hooked up to it,
Yeah.
having credentials, having things to back. You have people with like these crazy bios on Clubhouse, just talking about all the things they do and can offer and the services they can offer. While Stereo is just about people having fun and creating conversation.
Yeah.
So I think that's the juxtaposition.
I love that. I was having this
Me too.
conversation a few months ago. The context was Twitter Spaces versus Clubhouse, but then I brought in Stereo to it because I was trying to explain it to somebody. I was trying to get them to come across the street, if you will, to check out Clubhouse, right? So I told them, I said Clubhouse is kind of like a college campus where you can get motivated in the morning, take a course or a class, learn from an expert, whatever. At night, you could kind of socialize, go to PTR rooms, rap rooms, whatever. It's a whole variety, but it has that air of responsibility, community. It's kind of, I'm going to say left leaning, right? More like a liberal twist to it, right? It was mostly iPhone when it started. But then Stereo is kind of like a bus stop. You never know who you're going to run into. You might find the wisest homeless person there and talk to him for hours, right? Or you might find just whoever you would see at a bus stop or like a CD bar. That's why, but I love them both. It's just very different,
Right.
What you think, Sky?
No, I mean, I agree 100%. The problem is like social media is different. Like I started with Clubhouse, like believe it or not. So yeah, like I dropped out of Clubhouse because the women. So
because of the wait, do you went to the women?
Elaborate.
Or away from?
Like,
what do you mean?
It's too easy. When Clubhouse first came out, it was just bird season after bird season. It was just so many women It was so easy to network. I mean, you could lie and say, I got $1 million Bugatti PTR, and it's like people were believing it. So it was just off the rails. It's just bonkers. Nobody knew what one mic was at the time. And then somebody mentioned stereo, and JD probably knows what I mean when I say I came in when it was the heads, and you had to randomly. It was just two people.
Yeah.
So when somebody explained it on Clubhouse, I forgot who. I wish I knew his name. But the way he explained it was just low key. That's all I knew was it was just the low key of it. And I was just like, oh, that's better. Because like at that time I was in a relationship and I really don't need to be caught up in these
clubhouse
type of joints.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, my clubhouse had a different name originally. I'm really connected to some people that's in the game, if that makes sense. All right.
Like the super beta version or something?
No, in the game of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I can name some artists that my engineers are working with. Like,
okay.
I'm from Highbridge, Bronx, New York. You know what it is? Everybody is either an artist or producer.
VX.
VX. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's talented nowadays in the Bronx. So, when I wanted to drift away from that, I don't want to be a resource to that if I'm not really 100% in that. Right now I'm just trying to chill out. I'm a tax-paying civilian, like I said. I'm into properties and shit like that. And that's just my way of things. I'm trying to show the ghetto boys that it ain't just rap and hip hop, man. You could really that's why you saw me the other day talk about taxes with Shorty about bookkeeping and shit. Because it's like that's what we need to start spreading, bro. We need to start spreading this knowledge.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to brother
and
Leroy.
Shout out to her.
We was talking. Yeah, that was a Destiny. I want to say.
Destiny. Yeah, Destiny.
Yeah, I need to link up with her to talk about my bookkeeping needs for my small business. Hey, Nadia, how are you feeling? How's your health?
I'm good.
You good? Okay, you seem much better. Like your energy seems.
I'm at like a good 75-80 today.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. I feel the Omicron.
Hey, I was worried about you because you said it was your first time. And your energy was really low like 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah. Definitely understand how a lot of people died from it after having it.
I got sick February 2020 before they were testing for it. Like literally, the doctor said, "Have you been to China in the last 30 days?" Nope. Okay. That's all they were doing to screen at the time. I think that illness took about 12, 15 years off of my life. It was that bad. It did that much damage to my heart and my lungs. But I feel like I can get it back, like through supplements, diet, you know what I'm saying? Everything. But I know what you mean. Like I lost 6 uncles to COVID. Mind you, all of them were over 80 years old. And I think all but one was 85 or older, and they had health problems. So it's very, very sad, but I think they were going to die within the year anyway, kind of, you feel me? So I look at the numbers a bit differently, and my family is huge. You know what I'm saying? So out of 300 something uncles, I lost 6. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, my condolences, JD. Damn.
It was a rough year. You know what I'm saying? But
rest in peace and power.
All that. But I mean, like, it took people out, but at the same time, the numbers are it's less deadly than the flu at the end of the day. So I think people's immune system are not used to it. But I've had it, I think, 4 times, and every time it got easier. Like the last time I was sick for less than 2 days. I took a 2 solid naps, some oregano oil, and I was good. Whereas the flu would have me down for 4 or 5 days, probably. So once your immunity gets acclimated to it, I think you're good. So you are the cure for COVID-19.
And if you could prevent it as well, like as soon as you feel the kinks, that you got to know how to take repercussions according to your body. You got to know your body, though. I can't recommend it for 18-year-olds because you still knowing your body. But if you're in your 30s, you should definitely know what's up. You should start feeling when your throat's clogging up, fever's heating up. You need to start popping some vitamin C, make some chicken noodle soup, brown rice, whatever it is to help you out.
And know what's in the chicken noodle soup that you need, what your body's asking for. You know what I'm saying? Start with that zinc.
Right. But if I'm making chicken noodle soup, it's from scratch. I'm not making no like fucking processed. Yeah. I mean, the only thing, like if you had no choice.
Yeah. Sky seemed lazy to make homemade chicken noodle soup. I'm assuming that. I'm assuming that.
No, I got my days. So the day that I'm lazy, I'll try to be half organic, right? So I'll get a pack of Lipton soup, but I'll make the chicken fresh. Like I'll make chicken breast, boil it up, and then mix it all together with the flavors. That's on my lazy days.
I'm impressed. You do seem like you have a foodie connoisseur, You know what I'm saying? So I do get that vibe from you. You know, the
Well,
Pisces, we know.
well, you know what it is when the doctor tells you you can't eat that no more. It really breaks your heart. So you
Oh
have to
no.
like elevate what you want to eat
Oh
to be
yeah.
healthier.
Got to eat with intention and purpose,
Mm-hmm.
just like we walk.
Exactly.
So back to the superhero. So Nadia, have you recorded the superhero universe that
What are
you've
we doing?
created?
What are we
Have
doing,
you
Nadia?
record that already? Like, do you have that documented? I know you talked about it on Clubhouse.
So I have my own superhero universe written. I've been writing it for the past 2 years now, like my story for my hero that I was creating. And then ever since I bumped into Sky that one day and we were just talking at each other, I have written ideas for their superheroes and for the crossover universe that we are creating. And I'm having a couple characters, Sky's character right now, and just like the universe, and like a couple scenes of mine and Sky's character interacting. They're being illustrated right now as I do more of the writing and stuff. And yeah, I'm still trying to get it all together because obviously like I'm trying to get it digital. So he's doing the digital. He did some hand drawings first, and now we're doing digital drawings with my illustrator. And so once those get up, we can start developing a storyline to the digital drawings, and then maybe put them in animation and go from there.
Yeah.
I know an animator. We all know an animator from
nice.
Clubhouse. Nicole, shout out to Nicole.
Well, my illustrator is also an animator, so but we can definitely like link up with other people too.
Even if it's just to get a critical eye, you know, someone that you trust their artistic, you know, their artistic instincts, right, to get their eyeballs on your project. I think that's valuable. Linking up with other creators.
The project is getting serious according to Nadia. So she's been coming at me with questions where I know it's getting serious. I had to give a uniform the other day, a couple of ideas. So I'm locked in. She's got her animated dude over there working on some things, you know what I'm saying?
He's actually in New York, so I'll be coming down to New York early next year.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out New York, man. Love you.
He's from Brooklyn.
I'm
oh hell no.
Why Bronx and Brooklyn don't y'all don't
you know how that goes. You know how
I
that
don't.
goes.
I don't.
You know, well, you know, we
just from the music.
Yeah. You know, in the city we beef. Outside the city, we are one.
I feel that. That's how it should be, low key. That's how it should be. You know what? Yeah, because where I live, the city next door, we don't But when we leave the county, we rock together. So I get it.
We have to, because they're gonna disrespect us as a whole anyway. So you gotta hold them down.
Facts. So y'all, I'm gonna admit that I'm pleasantly surprised and impressed. I thought y'all was gonna say something like, you know, we talking about some ideas, we got some names, but no. You're like, look, we got the animation, we about to have some storyboards, we got the characters. Like it sounds like
it's really serious.
Yeah.
It's really serious. It's because of Nadia though. Yeah. And then what happened is Nadia is able to ask me the questions, and luckily for Nadia, I know how to answer the questions very well. It'd be very surprising.
He does. He always got the answers.
I'm pretty fly with dialogue, so when y'all get a little further down the line and you need to see what character A says to character B, like to make the tension, I got you.
Well, what's pretty disturbing is that you're the host of this show and you didn't know that you actually have a position in the series too.
I did know that. I was trying to do the discovery for the audience because they don't know that I know, right? So it's a little theater. What we're doing, it's not just a clever name. We're building suspense as we go.
But yours is going to be the most unique. I try to emphasize. That's why we're not really talking about you, because I might have you look like you with the flannel shirts. And shit, you know what I'm saying? In a computer.
I'm gonna do your face with the animation.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. With glasses.
I got glasses.
But I want him to have the gear backpack from Static Shock. His sidekick, he had the gear backpack. That's his computer.
He's gonna have his computer on him all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, can it be a lap caddy? Not just a regular backpack, but like the backpack transforms into the case, like the computer.
And it transforms into a small golf cart.
Fire.
That drives like 2,000 miles an hour.
I don't have a pen. I don't have a notebook.
Oh my god.
I'm hyped. You know,
I'm
what's
telling you,
funny?
yours is so easy. I don't even want to get started. Yours is so easy.
Whose is easy? Mine is.
Yo, I can't wait. Like when she started asking me questions for you, I'm like, I bet I got the
Let's
whole
go.
blueprint for JD.
Oh, I'm excited,
It's
and
all good.
I trust y'all completely with my likeness, my image. You feel me? I have
What
no
you
worries.
represent?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got no worries, Rick. I'm in good hands. It's like Allstate.
What we need to
Work.
come up with is the theme song. I've been like sitting on that for a few days. Like, how do I want to
Wow.
write this theme
What you
song?
got so far?
Something just came to me. Something just came to me.
I'm working on a theme
Okay.
song for my podcast. So I'm in the zone right now.
Okay. How would you feel if we get like one of those lo-fi kind of beats, classic hood, hip hop, New Yorkish type sounds, and JD does the anthem? Because JD has that sound.
I got you. Just give me.
You know what I'm
beat.
talking about?
Okay.
Just give
You
me
know
a
what I'm
beat.
talking about, right, JD?
You said lo-fi.
That lo-fi shit you be doing too.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I know what you're
And
saying.
I want
know what
that.
you're saying.
And make it simple. You can make it. Your voice is good enough. You can say anything. You like Playboy Cardi, but like
Bruh.
the cool version.
Bruh. Wow. That's high praise.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I have something came to me just now.
Okay.
Have you heard of this dude? Is from Hawaii. It's called Mr. Cool Man. You heard this dude?
Mr. Cool Man.
Check this out. This might not be the one, but this might be the dude that has the sound
that you want. Okay.
It might be. It might be. Because you
Okay.
said lo-fi.
It might be inspiration. Yeah.
Right. It takes a while to kick in. It's a slow build. I like to make a playlist just like random. Oh, sorry, my fingernails is polished because my daughter painted.
All right.
I don't want you to think that I do that. I don't do that.
Well,
but it does match my amethyst.
It still looks good.
Thank you. My daughter said, "You want to paint fingernails?"
Just because you say you don't do that doesn't mean we can believe that. You know.
Okay, here goes. You feel that? Too relaxed though, right?
Real uppy. I like that. Real uppy.
Maybe it's too mellow.
What you think, Nadia? Be honest, Nadia. What you looking for, Nadia, in the theme?
I like where you're going with it. I had like total theatrical idea in mind. I'm always theatrical.
So. What are you thinking? I would like to hear this. When somebody goes big, I need to hear it.
I was kind of thinking like, fruit vegetable man, he comes in to save the land. Dun, 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 and then other characters pop in, and then something like
okay,
that.
I heard that part.
All right, bet. You know what? I want to do it just like that. Can we do it? What do you think? What do you think of this? I want to combine both, where it starts with Nadia's idea, like that. Sort of like, we're brothers, we're happy and we made it and we're color. Like, I want that straight hard theatrical joint, and then it switches over to like this.
This is a Goody Mob Black Ice. I had an idea for an animated series when I was younger, and it went along to this. It was like a high noon square off between two cowboys, right?
Yeah, I'm vibing with this.
And there's just a part of it that I want to pull out, but it sounds like a Super Saiyan. You know, like they're charging up their powers. They're facing off against each other. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a playlist. And then what's that? The show you were saying? We're brothers. That was the
Wayne Brothers.
What is that?
The Wayne Brothers.
Yeah.
New song. Wayne Brothers.
Was it One Tribe Called Quest that did that song?
That's Electric Relaxation.
Yes.
That's after the breakdown. That's after the breakdown.
That's why I said I want the switch off like that. Like it starts with Nadia's joint and it breaks switch off to that shit. Watch. Like this be like Vegetable Man and Squirrel Girl. You know what I'm saying? And then JD come in.
Oh.
And then JD come in.
What's the lyrics? Vegetable Man. How does it go?
I would say fruit vegetable.
I didn't write the lyrics yet. I ain't even hear the
fruit
beat yet.
vegetable man. It's fresh and it's not in a can. Hope you niggas can understand. That's the plan. Something.
Hey.
Yeah, I like that.
Squirrels.
Yeah. It's the fruit vegetable man. We got a plan. The squirrels in your area, the squirrels on the land. I can't explain. Take them in vain. Stay in your lane. Let's go.
Let's go.
I got
It's
the
gonna be
quad
lit.
in the sound. This is gonna be
It's
hardest
lit.
theme
It's gonna be
song of
lit.
all time. I'm
And
telling
this is
you.
just messing around. Like this ain't even. We're not in the studio.
You
You feel me?
ain't
I got the
know.
studio behind me. You feel me? I got the studio right here.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm ready.
It was a vibe. That was a
Yeah,
vibe.
we got this.
All right. Yeah, I like your whole studio setup. It's very professional, by the way.
Mm,
Mhm.
I feel it. You know, I was celebrating earlier. I went to KFC, got me a chicken sandwich, and I said,
Which one, the plant version or the real chicken?
I kind of don't want to out myself because
Okay.
I'm supposed to be converting to Islam for my shorty. So
Oh wow.
I don't
What's
want to
that
talk
to
about
do?
what I don't want to talk about what I ate today. I'm gonna need y'all as my consultants for that as well. But I said to myself, what am I celebrating right now? I'm celebrating something. I don't know. And I just ate that. I ate the whole thing in the car, and I could feel the sodium rushing through my veins.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
But I think I was celebrating this moment. I think.
Okay.
Oh wow.
This is
Oh,
a
by the way,
creation.
speaking of like disgusting thing going up and disappearing, I've been doing that with the acid thing that Nadia was
reflux?
talking about. The reflux. You put your hands up and you
No.
drop and then you touch your back. Lymphatic
lymphatic,
acid or
yeah.
some shit.
Yeah.
I've been doing that and I feel mad like you know when you drop like cold ass water on a hot ass iron and it makes that sound like that's what I feel inside
You're
when I
going
do
to.
that.
That's your lymphatic system draining. So you're actually feeling it like drain down when that happens.
Well, what JD just described sounded just like what I went through in my arms the other day.
That's wild.
Yeah. Remind me. JD's like, what the fuck?
No, I'm listening. Nadia out here changing lives. You're doing remote consultations that's helping people's physiology from a distance. That's amazing.
From different time zone.
You traveling through time? I can remote view, but can you astral
we are
project?
literally traveling through time right now.
I'm a miracle
to have
worker.
this meeting.
I thought you're just a light worker.
Exactly.
Do it all.
Do it all. Damn.
Do it all.
Remember we were doing the remote viewing practice and I was looking at your crystals? I was telling somebody about that yesterday because they were like, how can you see what I'm doing? I said, I can't really see it. I can feel it.
Yeah. And then you can put colors and images to the feelings.
That's crazy. Got superpowers in the comic book and superpowers in real life.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely going to be superpowers in the comic book.
Yeah, that's fire. What
all of this has inspired me to get back to writing my first book, and I've been writing that a lot lately.
What book is that?
Like, it's about a girl who, it's basically if real life was a fantasy the way people think it was, and if someone was living real life outside of the fantasy, like kind of like an allegory of the cave type thing.
Ooh.
And
that was deep.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Yeah. When did you start writing that?
Or what? Because I'm high as fuck, and
2
I'm already
ago?
like, whoa.
I'm on
rewind.
I'm on chapter 10, and I stopped, and the goal was to get it to 22 chapters.
So. How many pages per chapters?
Right now the book at a whole is roughly around 319 pages. So I haven't done pages per chapter.
Those aren't goosebump chapters.
It's a really good story. Like I really like that story. I stopped it for a while because like I was going through my own spiritual practices, like developing medical intuition at the time, and I got really deep within my own, like working with my own patients, and so I took a step away from connecting with people online, because that's a lot when I was writing the book through my Reiki practices, and like I was being inducted as a shaman at the time here in Houston. And then I kind of went away from that, and I was like, nope, that's not really what I want to be doing. And so I stopped writing it at that time.
Medical intuition?
Yeah, medical intuition.
What's that?
So I started to develop it about 2 years ago, and in the beginning it would just be like I knew when someone had like something inside of them, whether like at the time would be like stagnant energy, and I knew it was pushing on someone's intestine, so it was giving them like chronic constipation, or
A
they're having
blockage
some
or
type of,
something.
exactly.
Yeah.
And or I know if
Intestinal.
someone had really heavy periods, and I would just know things like that. And then it started to move when I started to get into Reiki, where I would just be at the gym and I'd be like, hey, like, you have something here, can I help you? And I would just be able to see people so clearly that they had again, stagnant energy blockages, but I was also being able to see like, hey, you have a cyst, oh hey, you have a tumor, and it was like I wouldn't know how to tell people.
Yeah.
But I like my path just kind of launched me into working with that. And it one of the biggest cases was when I was working with my patient that had cerebral palsy at the time and was nonverbal. I was knowing that she was hemorrhaging, and I like everyone was trying to figure out what was going on with her. I'm like, she's hemorrhaging, and they kept saying, no, 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 she's fine, Nadia. And I was like, no, she's hemorrhaging. Finally, we took her to the doctor just to find out she was hemorrhaging. She had a cyst that was right above her gallbladder that busted, and she was hemorrhaging, and that's where her pain was coming from. But because she couldn't speak, she wasn't able to tell us. And so that's when I started to really trust myself. I was like, okay, you know what you're talking about. And then it's just been happening on like consistently since, like,
Yeah.
with my partner. Like, I'm able to see like through his leg, and like if he has something from soccer, I'm able to tell bones out of place.
Oh wow.
I'm able to massage bones back into place. I'm like with my patient that I have now, I knew she had hemorrhoids. I'm like, she has a problem. They kept telling me no. I'm like, no, she does. Finally, we took her to the doctor and we got her tested, just to turn out like she did. And it was like every time that I knew something was going on with someone, it was like on point.
It's accurate.
And I met a group of really great individuals that call themselves aspirants. And I met a woman who has medical intuition, and she's a shamanic doctor. And she actually, it wasn't her herself, but her coworkers, I'll say, were able to talk to me and kind of walk me through what I was going through, and through their understanding of her own powers and how that is being kind of channeled through me in my own way. And so, yeah, that's what that is.
So I want to study medical astrology. I just started a course a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I feel like those will go hand in hand, right? Because I know herbalism already, and I'm learning astrology. I'm hitting my stride as far as my learning curve, And during a reading, somebody told me that I was destined to learn that or teach that or whatever, and it just struck a chord with me. And then the course kind of fell into my lap, and I feel like that's a great way to help a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like without being in the constraints of, say, a hospital system, or even like selling supplements, for example. Like you can only do so much because you're restrained by the FDA or whatever governing bodies there are. But to just use esoteric wisdom and intuition can't fuck with me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I've really found out that like there's 3 things that if you practice them consistently, you will consistently have a healthy energetic body. And that's
what's
breath
that?
work, qigong, and co-regulation. These 3 things, like, you don't need to eat with them. You don't need to.
What's qigong?
Hold on, let her
Qigong
flow.
is a type of energetic movement. If I wasn't wearing my super suit, I'd get up and show you. But it's basically you move the energetic chi through the body through different types of movement and through harnessing key chi points. And so like it looks like you'll see a lot of people manipulating water, standing over water and doing some hand motions, rising up, going down, moving energy. That's qigong, and it's intuitive movement of energy through riding the current of motion that your body's asking you to go through. There are specific movements, but as you get more in tune to it, it just becomes a very intuitive motion.
And the last one was co-regulation.
Yeah, co-regulation. So to co-regulate with another being, like oftentimes we talk about cohabitating, or we talk about, regulating one's own nervous system. But the reality is that often, like, a lot of us are healing through relationships that severed our nervous system, that made us feel unsafe. So co-regulating is like you going back to that old restaurant that you'd never thought you'd go to again, and you making a new experience there, but it's doing it with another person. It's you rewiring your nervous system to experience safety in relationships. And by doing so, you're being able to stabilize, I'll say, and resubstantiate places not only that you felt unsafe, but places where you've never got to live out through part of yourself that you didn't feel worthy of to experience in relationships. And the more we do this, the more we co-regulate, and the more we synthesize these parts of ourselves with a part of someone else, we allow ourselves to have true, authentic expression of our full being. And the more you do this, the more you not only feel safe within the body, but you have true understanding of what thoughts are yours, what thoughts aren't yours, because you're being able to co-regulate with other people in front of you. Like, that was the most powerful tool I've ever given anyone that wasn't able to speak, that I've worked with in my life, was just being able to sit with them, breathe the same air as them, and let them know that I'm reading their body language, that I am understanding them, that I do see them. And that can be just very incredibly powerful.
Like, I do that naturally.
You do co-regulate very well.
How can you know that?
Because, like, for example, there's like one specific conversation I remember being in with Sky, where I started to feel insecure about what everyone around me was saying. We were on Clubhouse, and the way he just swooped in, and then he made me feel good, he made the other people feel good. Like, his ability to just kind of assess the room and understand where everyone's at and say the right thing to get everyone back to a common ground is impeccable.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
knew that,
but
I didn't know how to say that. Yeah, talk about that, Sky. Where'd you learn that? You born with that?
You ever heard it? You know, no, we all learned it. We just forget. It's the old saying. You got to put their shoes on.
Empathy.
So once you just look at that, yeah, it's like you got to literally put their brain, their mind, their life, everything on. You got to put everything on and look at it like this is their obstacles compared to yours. Whether yours is worse or better, this is what they consider worse. So you on the outside, since that don't really bother you, the best thing you could do is advise them, oh, you should do this. Not on somebody, yo, you should not give a fuck. And people got it. Nah, bro, you got to look at them like, oh, that shit don't bother me. I usually do this. And somebody might even come in with their own fucking ideas and it'll open me up. Like, oh, shit, yeah, you're right. You can even do that.
I'm thinking of a specific moment, like Nadia was saying on Clubhouse, because sometimes I feel like you'll come into a room and you'll be like kind of loud and boisterous, like a bull in a china shop, but that's not what's happening. Like what she's saying, how you re-regulate. It's a reset. It's kind of a room reset, but people don't know that's what's happening. It's an art to it.
But it comes through observation. Like once you develop an ability to self-regulate with yourself, you can co-regulate with anyone around you, because you have that intuition within your own nervous system to understand, hey, there's another body over here that is feeling nervous, that's out of body, they're dysregulated. But you get that from understanding your own co-regulation with self.
I had a respiratory distress, so I had to cut back on smoking. I smoke a lot, right? So in one day I went from 8-9 joints a day to 1. And I thought I was gonna have all types of mood swings and just feeling irritable, but I didn't.
What you have?
And I don't know what happened, but somebody was like, "Oh, you're really good at self-regulation." I was like, "Oh, is that what that means?" I don't know how I was able to transmute all of that, and I still don't know how I did it.
Self-regulation is the way we cope with addiction. It's the way we cope with missing a friend, the way we cope with grief, and not in like the bad ways where we dissociate. I'm not gonna say those are bad ways, but not in the negatively connotated ways where we dissociate or go out of body or we isolate oneself. They're in the ways with, okay, I understand what my body needs right now. I understand how to give my body that time and space. Self-regulation is understanding the way your body works for you. And being able to work in that way, stand up for yourself. It's being in alignment within your centers. We've talked about with you before, about like where you are within your own centers and how you just are a very connected human being. You have a lot of wisdom about an awareness of what's going over in your own body as well as the other people around you. Like you're very purple, you're very blue. You're in this headspace.
Purple, make it pink, make it blue.
Like the Simpsons.
I love that. I was thinking Sleeping Beauty, but that too.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, you're right. That's actually better.
That's fire. Yeah, I'm always it does almost always raise my mood and vibration hanging out with you guys on Clubhouse. You know, like when the crew comes together, it's definitely bigger than the sum of its parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah,
I love
so,
hearing other people from across the world.
Yeah. People, a lot of people will poo-poo Clubhouse and stereo if they don't know it or if they've only had one or two experiences.
Right.
And honestly, before like 2018, 2019, before the pandemic, I didn't really think it was possible to make a real, genuine connection with somebody over the internet.
Yeah.
I didn't really think that was possible. I really didn't.
I feel you on that. They forced it on us though. They forced it to make it normal.
You're right. Because I had my podcast was cracking then. Before, right? And I literally had a home studio, mic here, mic there, you know, coffee, snacks for my guests, right? If somebody got to say it, I'm like, how am I going to fly them out to be on my podcast? I got to wait till they're in LA, right? And then this happened, and I'm like, wait a second. I can do 3 interviews a day with people all over the world. Just use Zoom, stupid, like everyone else is doing. But that was a big download for me, you know? Just stuck.
I was already friends with a lot of people online for like long periods of time. And like I was actually like a sex ed teacher on Discord servers, like when I was in college. So that's like wild. I already had experience with like being on camera and doing stuff. I just didn't have my own YouTube. I was actually had a really popular Tumblr account when Tumblr was popping.
Get the fuck out of here.
I wonder if I stumbled across your Tumblr
tell you
by
the
accident.
account name. We're not even talking about that.
No. But Intuition. I know that it was a thing.
Oh shit!
I know it was a thing. Like the Tumblr community was lit, and I was just like a voyeur from the outside.
Definitely,
Tumblr community was lit.
Oh, you do look familiar.
Stop that! Stop that!
Don't.
No, I don't. Not to me. It does not look familiar to me, but it's reminiscent.
Funny.
Somebody that I used to know. Stop it.
Yeah, but that's why when like I actually had to be really careful with Clubhouse because I was like I didn't want to reignite any similar past experiences.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I've done this before. I don't want to.
It's a lot riskier when you're a pro.
And it's a lot riskier when you're using your own name and own identity all the time.
Yes.
Like I had an alias before.
Skywalk.
That's why I got really comfortable when I changed my name to the Word Weaver.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been able to just like take a seat behind that lately because it's not Nadia anymore. Because I felt like I had to upkeep myself when I was myself a lot more. Now I'm the Word Weaver and everyone's eating that shit up anyways. Oh, like it's the Word Weaver.
Smart.
I'm like, okay, like
you put a V in front of your name, anything is possible.
Yo, I just feel like that's how it should be in general. Like, I don't think like I'm not trying to be private, but it's like you see what's going on nowadays, bro. You can't give not even an ounce of private information.
Well, people be stalking people way too much.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't need all that.
Exactly.
And the Pisces are the worst. So I'm told.
What you mean? We're the worst? What do you mean?
I've heard in astrology rooms on Clubhouse that Pisces and Capricorns are like the most ferocious stalkers. I
guarantee you heard that from all the mouths you heard it. I guarantee it was a high percentage on Scorpios.
I honestly don't know. It was a room that I didn't know hardly anybody in there, but
to me it was just funny. Just intense.
Yeah. Shout out to Twizzy, resident Scorpio.
Shout out Twizzy, man.
Shout out Twizzy.
Shout out Twizzy.
Who else we shouting out? What's up? Shout out Bobby Digital.
Shout out Digital, man. Digital.
Shout out to all the homies.
All the Clubhouse guys. Gratitude. I love how you enter the space. You like gratitude for the space. Peace be upon you. It's like you.
Blessings.
Well, you know, peace be upon you translated from Arabic directly is Assalamu alaikum. You probably have heard that before. Assalamu alaikum directly translated just means peace be upon you. Islam itself directly translated means the word peace.
I never heard it pronounced correctly until right now. So, but I know what you meant. I was practicing my Alhamdulillah. I was practicing that earlier.
Alhamdulillah.
Nice.
I've been practicing.
With the grace of God.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Let's go. Fire.
Beautiful.
Fire
Chef's
water.
kiss.
That shit sounded professional. I ain't gonna hold you.
For what?
I am professional.
Yeah. You got a lot. You're
No, the way he
professional.
said that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been
It did
practicing.
sound good.
I have a lot of Muslim homies now.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't the case before.
You be multi-universe hopping heavy.
We
I'm not
international.
gonna lie. Yeah, you go heavy with it.
I love it, man.
give you
I
props.
wanted, before we end our segment, I don't know when we're ending, but I want to teach you guys the Arabic middle finger. Anyone watching?
Let's
The
do
Arabic
it.
what?
Let's do it.
This is called a ba'aboos. It's
Hold
the
on,
Arabic middle
hold on.
finger. You put
All
this,
right, go ahead.
so the middle finger, you put it downward.
Okay.
It's called the ba'aboos. So you do it like this, and if you want to say up your ass, you do it like that. Like you switch your hand.
Like that?
Nah, that's fucked up. Come on, teach me some nice things. Like, why are you showing me the fucked up shit? I already know
So
how
I
to
taught
fuck.
you the nice stuff. Islam means peace. Assalamu alaikum means peace.
What's the
be
peace
upon
sign?
you.
Is the peace sign like a peace sign and you
Peace
curve
sign
it
is
as well?
normal. This is the
Or
peace
you
sign.
curving it to like throw it up your ass?
No, it's
Like,
not.
Piece it up your ass? Yeah. You know?
That's crazy. Now, I mean, I don't want to give the people too much. I mean, we got a nice vibe going here. We talked about the comic book. Oh,
This is nice.
I'm just getting so
I like
many
your dad
love
show.
messages. The dad show?
Yeah, your dad show.
Oh. DAD, dope and damaged. Yeah. Shout out. Every Thursday, new episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and all the major platforms. Shout out to my
It's really
co-host.
perfect to call you a dad show because on the times that you appear on these social sites, we see the loving dad that JD is. So it just makes sense to call it the dad show.
It really does.
I never thought that I would say this or hear this, but I got big dad energy. Like I never thought. I'm the young guy, I'm young energy. Like, oh, you're not that old. You seem much younger, but
no, I don't think you got big dad energy. I think you got cool dad energy. Like word, like I would totally be training my younglings in the Mario Kart 8 marathon race.
Right.
Every weekend, like my man JD does faithfully. They're gonna be champions by the time they hit what 12?
Shoot, I was gonna say 8 or 9. Probably 8 or 9. They're ahead of the game. This is amazing. Yeah. We're gonna have to do this again and again and again. 22 times. So we have as many episodes as there are chapters. And to be honest, I've recorded a bunch of content over the last few weeks, right? But I wanted to get y'all two on the first official, whatever we're calling this, and we'll add people to the mix. Because I don't really want to have more than like 6 people on a panel at a time. It's just too many voices.
Yeah.
We're going to have Bobby up in here. We have Twizzy. Who else should we invite?
You got to try it one time, though, bro. Like, come on. You got to experiment.
Oh, with like a big old panel, like 12 people or something?
A big old panel.
I'm about it.
Call it the Super Smash Brothers. No homo. Wait, don't call it that. Don't call it that. Don't call it that.
I think if you have a topic with it, it will stay organized and you can make it.
Yeah. We got to have segments just like on a dad show, because we do icebreakers, we do confessions, we do the current event topic, and we do discussion, so it's all about the segments. But yeah, help me come up with a name and some formatting things so we can really get it cracking.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all. Oh, do you want to give out your social media where people can find you?
I as in EYE.weave.words. I weave words.
On Instagram, that's where you want people to connect?
Yep. And that's it. Only on Instagram.
That's
if you find me on Clubhouse, cool.
Yeah, good luck. We'll put in description. Sky, what about you? You want people, you don't
want
to
be found? Could just find me on social media if you heard me or not. It doesn't really bother me. If you do, I'm usually representing my people, so I'll probably represent the Nadia Foundation and the JD Dad Show.
Love that.
So that's what I do.
Shout out 50 Flames one time.
50 Flames, AGS,
Clubhouse,
any
AGS,
given Sunday.
any given Sunday.
Club Dub.
Yeah. All that. All the creators.
Shout out to Queen. Shout out to all the people.
Yes. Shout out Leroy, brother Leroy.
Shout out brother Leroy.
Yeah.
Shout out Chef P, Nasima, Ness. Sheed Divinity. I'm gonna give him a shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Sheed.
The Healing Manifestation. There's so many characters, man. So many. Gratitude.
Listen, man, I hate to cut
We
this
shouted
short,
out
y'all, but
Twizzy.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I
Shout
got
out
an
to the
important
12.
Let's
call.
go. Let's
I
go.
gotta get up out of here.
Appreciate
But
y'all.
this is definitely a pleasure. I love this. I don't know if you
Gratitude.
guys gonna be on later, but maybe we'll just have a post show sesh.
Maybe we go live
Post-show
on
sesh.
IG and just to tell people it's something on YouTube. Who knows?
We can go live. Listen, I made a Skywalk
Everywhere.
page.
Did you?
Really?
I did. I made a
So
Skywalk.
exciting.
For real?
Yeah. I
I'm gonna
just
find it
don't
right
know what
now.
I'm gonna do for better.
That's lit. Yo, we in there. We in there. All right. It's too much. Love y'all. We out of
All
here.
right.
I'll holler at y'all. Peace and love.
All right, bro.
Do it, you guys.
Peace.